do not expect your company to like come under there and take you out. Your company is going to drive that vehicle right over your ass, because at the end of the day, they don't care about you. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nats, and I hope everyone is happy, healthy, and doing okay. Alright, so in today's video we are discussing 5 of the biggest lies that you'll ever hear about teaching in Japan. Alright, I do have my girl Sachoney with me today. The links to her channel will be in the description box as usual. Head over to her channel, subscribe, like, share, comment, show her some love, you guys. And without further ado, yes, let's get into today's video. So the first lie that you know about teaching in Japan is definitely the fact that you are a real teacher. And I have to mention this first and foremost, just in case anybody clicks off of this video, which by the way you should not. Yeah, in Japan, no matter how they advertise that come to Japan to teach English and do all of the things, you're not a real teacher here. Do not get it twisted. Do not come thinking that, oh, you have a degree in English, they will appreciate your expertise and all of that stuff. It does not happen here. You're not a real teacher. You're more so a robot
or an assistant.
Or an assistant, yeah, like, because the title is assistant language teacher, but in my experience I'm not even an assistant, to be honest.
Yeah, because sometimes you are at your desk for like the entire day, no classes.
No classes.
And sometimes when you go to the class, all you do is like you read.
Yes. Yes.
That's all.
Yes. So first, I've been at school, even Friday gone, they had like something at school, and I was at school from like 8:15 and I had no class until like 1:30, like the 5th period. So I was sitting at school all these hours. One, I had nothing to do, you guys, and two, if I'm on my phone or doing my own work, those same Japanese people will call your company and report you. You know, at least in my experience, Sachoney's school is a bit nicer than mine, but they'll report me. You understand me? So yeah, you're not a real teacher. And most of the times when I go into class, to be honest, especially at the junior high school level, the only thing that I say in a 50-minute period is, how is the weather today? What day is it today? What's the date today? That's it. And the teacher might ask me to read this passage and have the students repeat after me, or so on and so forth. Like, you're not a real teacher. There's nothing teaching about this job, to be honest. You're like a robot. The teachers can basically press you on and off with a remote, because
okay, go say, okay, join my class today. Do this. My class.
Do
mark these papers. Do this.
Yes, you're like, and for my BOE, you guys, which BOE stands for Board of Education, in their handbook for ALTs, like my BOE is that particular, they have a handbook for ALT, and within that they have a topic called misconceptions of like ALTs in Japan, like things that we are supposed to note, and one of those things is that you are not a real teacher. So please don't try to overshadow the teachers or another thing.
Well, actually, I'm not a real teacher. I'm not a trained teacher.
Oh, okay.
So just to add to your point, you don't have to have a teaching degree to be an ALT.
Yes.
As long as you have a degree, a bachelor's degree, any kind of degree, you can become an ALT if you're a native English speaker.
Yes. So for those who don't have teaching degrees,
like myself,
don't feel as if you're going to get the job over the person who just have a degree in anything else, because you're not special, boo-boo. You're not. And I'm saying this very honestly because I have a teaching degree
and I don't.
Right, so it is what it is. Same treatment, same school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same salary. Like, there's no difference.
There's no difference at all. Alright, you guys, still on the topic of teachers and not being a real teachers is the fact that you will not be supported by your Japanese teachers of English or even your company. So yes, you spend all this time researching which dispatch company you want to apply to, which if I am supposed to give you any advice at all, I would advise you to not spend too much time nitpicking about which company is the best ALT company to apply to, because in reality all of them are the same thing. they are the same thing. You might have little differences in salaries here and there or so on. Like, the difference really comes down to the school environment that you're in,
and
I
the
would
BOE.
say, and the BOE.
Because even for my company, for my BOE, I love my BOE. Like, I don't have any issues with them. But then you have persons who work for the same company but a different BOE, and they have a lot of issues.
Yeah. It's the same for me, because as I said, I moved here like 8 months ago to this new city, and this BOE is a no from me. But the previous BOE, when I was in Miyagi prefectures, very nice, very friendly towards ALT, very understanding of, you know, ALT's job and so on. And it is just a difference. But what I'm trying to say really is, if your school complains about you, and you know you're employed to this company, you think that the company would have your back and try to protect you as their employee, they don't. They kiss up to the BOE and they kiss up to the school.
They have to do that because they have to secure their contract.
Yeah.
Because we are disposable.
Yes.
But they need their contract so that they can continue to be in business.
If we walk out, another LT will be hired immediately, right? So you are like nothing to them, you guys. So yeah, the companies, the dispatch companies, guys, if you do not know, they work for the BOE, right? So many companies have contracts in different cities. So like my company does not have employees in Sachoney's prefecture because they're not contracted in that city at all. You understand? So the companies work for the BOE. So if your school complains to your company is going to take side with the BOE and the school and shove you under the bus. Like if the school, wait, I wrote this down in my book. If the schools that you're working for pushes you under the bus, do not expect your company to like come under there and take you out. Your company is going to drive that vehicle right over your ass, because at the end of the day, they don't care about you. They just care about the fact that the BOE knows that they have somebody, some ALT working at the school. So don't get it twisted, you guys. And I would say come with any company that you can get a job with, because it does not matter. All right,
once you're here, you just try and branch out into something different.
Exactly.
If it's a case where you can't manage the work pressure.
Yes, I agree, like totally. Just come with anybody and then figure stuff out from there.
All right. Okay, so one of the biggest lies is that you need to know Japanese.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe yes, you need to know Japanese so that you can function outside of teaching, but as it relates to teaching, you do not need to know Japanese, because as an ALT, you're not supposed to use Japanese in the classroom at all. So it doesn't matter if the student don't understand, you're supposed to try and explain in such a way that they can understand, or that's where the Japanese English teacher would come in and explain to the students. So no Japanese is required from the ALT.
Right. So do not beat yourself up to learn Japanese if like learning a second language is not your thing. I personally, I am over learning anything at all. I don't want to go to any more school. I don't want to learn anything else. I do not even want to learn how to make a fitted sheet, like fold a fitted sheet, you guys. Like, I'm not interested in learning anything. So yeah, don't beat yourself up if you don't know Japanese. You do not need Japanese for this job. As Sachoney said, you're not even allowed to speak Japanese to the students, actually, because the aim is that they learn English and practice speaking English. So yeah, don't worry about that. It is fine. I would advise you though, if you can, learn survival level Japanese, not for school purposes, but just to make your life easier living in Japan, because outside of school you do have a life. You do have to go grocery shopping. You probably need to ask questions at the post office or something like that. So knowing a little Japanese is good, but you don't need it to teach. Okay, so you need it to survive, basically. Yeah. And the last lie about teaching here in Japan is that you will develop a bond with the students that you teach. And
which bond?
Bond as in, you know, like teacher bond.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, that's
like clear it up for the
crazy.
yeah. Oh yeah, right. So just getting what you're saying. dumb me. Yeah, so as teachers in Jamaica, we have bond with our students, you know, and I want to clear this up if anybody have perverted minded. That's not the type of bond that we're talking about. We're just talking about good student-teacher relationship.
Exactly.
You understand me? In Jamaica, we have things like Teachers' Day, where students show appreciation to their teachers. Parents love their students' teachers. You know, parents and teachers meet, they talk. Students miss, you know, you have a good, it's like some of the times your students
good professional relationship with your teacher.
Yes, you know, they will bring a sweetie and say, Miss, happy birthday, or whatever the case may be. It's not a situation as, you know, I'm your teacher, you're the student, there's a line right here, do not cross it. Like, as teachers in Jamaica, we rapport with our students, and that is one of the things that I miss, you know, just being able to achieve as a teacher, because I came to Japan right out of college, so I actually have not worked in the Jamaican education system apart from doing teaching practice in schools.
Okay.
You understand? Because
Yeah.
apart of your college, you have to do teaching practice. I was in school. And that is the only, and I tell you, man, even to this day, some of the students that I taught on teaching practice still message me to this day, Miss, what's up? Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah, you have that relationship.
Yeah.
But for us, well, for my company, we're not allowed to, like, you know, contact students on any platform, right? Not even the teachers that you work with in the staff room, you're not allowed to have, like, their personal information.
Wow,
So nothing outside of work.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, it's crazy. So it's like you pretty much, you are the outsider, and at every aspect of your teaching career in Japan, you are reminded that you are just a foreigner in Japan.
Yes.
So you're isolated, that you're not included in a lot of stuff. A lot of times you're at school and you don't know that they have like an opening festival or something. You just see teachers. When you look around, you just see like
nobody in the staff room,
and then you probably. Maybe sometimes the JT might feel sorry for you and say, oh, you know, let's go to the gym together, or something like that. Another time you might be on your phone and you just look up, or you just hear something, and when you look, it's a meeting.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
And you're like sitting
like
there,
a meeting,
and you just want to like disappear. You want to sink in your seat because it is so awkward.
Yeah, like
they don't recognize that you're there. Yeah, that's
started
true.
And you didn't even know that there was
supposed
to be
it's like they don't recognize that you are also a part of the place. Like they just see you to come in and say repeat after me, and that's it. And it's crazy, to be honest. On the same topic, you might have a few students in your class that are a little more interested in English, might I say. These students are usually the ones that go to the Aikaiwas, and they're the Eikaiwa, and they're really interested in learning English because most of them want to like go overseas to study and all of that stuff. So you'll find one or two of them that are really interested and will like talk to you outside of school, like even start conversation, even saying hi once a while or so. I personally have a 6th grader that after every single class, she comes to me and she asks me one question.
That's nice.
One question. Like, when is your birthday, or what fruit do you like, or something. She always comes to me and asks me, like, because she's interested in English, you know. So you might have a little one-off where a student does that, but it's still not a bond. It's just something that you look for, because I really look forward to talking to that student after every class, because it just gives me a sense of important. It feels as if, you know, the student really appreciates the fact that, you know, they have an ALT and, you know, they can do certain things. But otherwise from that, you guys, you have no relationship with the students.
Yeah, and I don't think that the school utilizes us a lot, because we're just there sitting down, and we could be doing so much more.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You feel very unfulfilled here as an ALT, to be honest. And even to make it worse, if the students do see you outside of the classroom, outside of school, they're not saying hi to you. They're not saying, they don't know you. They don't know you at all. So yeah, so that is the end of this video, you guys. I know you are wanting some more of these lies that they tell about teaching in Japan, and this is your cue to head on over to Sachoney's channel to find out the rest of this story, because we're also discussing this topic over on her channel. So of course, visit and like and subscribe and do all the nice things over there. And of course, if you like this video, don't leave without giving a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.
So back to what I was saying. Could be us.